Was the American Revolution actually a revolution? The answer, unequivocally, is yes. According to University of Connecticut professor James DeFranco, there are 5 criteria to a successful revolution. Number 1. Mass protests on a local level. The common people become frustrated with the local government and decide to resort to protests or political violence in order to achieve their aims. Number 2. Dissident elites. People with special technical skills or special resources decide to join in on the revolt as well. Number 3. Unifying motives. People, both poor and rich, of all social classes, hate the same enemy and unite against it. Number 4. Government paralysis. The government fails to mount an adequate response because of some sort of dysfunction, usually caused by a disaster. Number 5. A permissive international environment. Other nations don't step in and quash the rebellion. Alright, number 1, political violence. Now, we've seen plenty of that during the American Revolution. There was the prelude to the Boston Massacre, when hundreds of Bostonians spontaneously mobbed a group of British soldiers, and there was also the Boston Tea Party, which involved the destruction of British property. Number 2, dissident leaders. George Washington, with his amazing organizational capacity, and Benjamin Franklin, with his unique diplomatic skill, joined in on the rebellion and didn't use their talents to help the British. Number 3. The common people and the elites had a common enemy, which was the British Parliament and King George. They saw King George as a tyrannical dictator who was levying unfair taxes on the American people and taking away their sovereignty by revoking the policy of salutary neglect. Number 4. The British government failed to adequately respond to the outbreak of civil war because they were already severely in debt because of the French and Indian War, which was a motive for raising the taxes in the first place. Furthermore, they couldn't govern in real time because of the huge distance separating the United Kingdom and America. Number 5. The international environment was quite permissive for the Americans to rebel. The French and the Spanish sent aid after the Battle of Saratoga, which the Americans won, and the British were stretched in on other priorities, such as maintaining a colony in India, which was also revolting. Overall, in the end, the British decided it wasn't worth it to keep the Americas, as there were other priorities to maintain, so the British ultimately surrendered. Here are my citations. Thank you very much, and I can conclude that the American Revolution was a true revolution.